Hi, Gary Bernier from the Business Growth Guides, and this segment is how to improve your mobile website. The first segment in the series, I showed you what the analysis can look like if you track your results. In module number 2, I showed you how to actually get the data out of both AdWords and analytics into a spreadsheet so you can graph the data out and figure out what's going on in your wonderful web world because the tools don't show you by default. And as promised, I'm going to take you through some of the things you need to know about mobile websites in order to improve your mobile website. The first thing you need to realize is there is no cursor on the mobile phone. So when somebody puts their finger over something on the phone screen, nothing happens. So they hover with their thumb or their finger over the phone screen and nothing changes. It's not like the cursor on the desktop. Mobile devices are new to people. Not all of our users are sophisticated. Think about your mom or your dad, anybody with gray hair using a mobile device. They don't know what they can click on and what they can't click on. So underline your links. The example on the right is my test page for one of my team building sites. The click to call with it underlined is to give that person that indication they can actually click on that. You want to make your buttons look like buttons. On the next page, I'll show you a site that has done a great job of that. You want to keep the header at the top of your page there. A lot of times the header will slide up and people lose their navigation. So if you use WordPress, there's a sticky menu plugin you can use to hold that. So this part up here, Discover Natural Abilities with the 3 bars, the actual menu, that will stay there as the person scrolls on the page. That's important to keep your navigation around. Some other design tips. Page load time is a huge factor for mobile. Google is all over this. If it takes longer than 3 seconds to load, they say that people click away. So you want to reduce the amount of text on the page. People are not reading on a mobile device like they might have read on a desktop. So you need to reduce the number of pictures on the page. That's one of the things I did on that Discovering Natural Abilities page to improve the load time. I had 4 pictures on the desktop site because, hey, the pictures show off what I do. I cut that down to 2 on the mobile site. And when possible, use icons instead of pictures. Now, I had a great mobile experience with DHL recently, and that's why their site's highlighted here. Look at the nice buttons. Sign for the release, change your delivery date, leave a neighborhood concierge or guard, vacation hold, alternate address. These are great buttons, good icons, clear and simple, and fast to load. So again, reduce the amount of text on the page. I talked about using buttons. This website was designed by one of our Wizard of Ads partners, Cedric, and his team. Again, you can see that he's got the phone number with it underlined for the click to call. The logo, Gettle, is actually if you click that, you come back to home. He's actually put a full menu here. For locations, he's got the Find Near Me, he's got the Schedule Now button, and then he looked at what are the 3 things that people want to know the most: repair, replace, or get it tuned up. And so he built buttons for those, and then down the bottom, across the bottom, he's got the click to start chat. So what he did is he framed the top and the bottom of the page, and again, he gave people instructions: click to, and when you're on your mobile phone, you want their phone number, the hours of operations, their address, directions, and very simple navigation. You want it to be quick to load and easy to use. So how do you figure out if your website works like that? Well, you can actually use Bing's mobile test. And so there's the URL. I'll put it in the comments or the notes at the bottom. And this is that same page, Discovering Natural Abilities. And you can see that as far as Bing's concerned, it passes the test. However, when I put it through Google's mobile test, it comes out as okay, because it takes 8 seconds to load, which means they estimate I'm going to lose about 30% of my visitors, and they've got a report. So I suggest you use both of these tools. Now I'm going to show you a site that doesn't do well on the test. So we'll go to Bing's mobile friendliness tool. And if you watched the last segment, and I showed you that I was paying about $1,600 to send mobile traffic to the TrueColorsWorkshop.com, well, you can see the site on the right. It's a desktop-heavy site. It was designed for desktop, and Bing just says, "Hey, this is not mobile-friendly. Viewport's not configured correctly. Page content does not fit. Text on is too small." too small, too small. So this is what it looks like when you don't have a mobile-friendly site. And we'll take this over and we'll put this into Google's test, and we'll run a Google test here real quick. Okay, we'll run the Google test on the site. It scans, it does its analysis. It's a lot more robust than the Bing one. I run both of them just for fun. Bing, in a lot of cases, will pass stuff that Google says still needs work to be done. So that might be your first thing you do, is make Bing happy with it, and then come back and try and make Google happy with it. You notice that it checks your HTML, your cascading style, your JavaScript. It looks for compression. It does a much more rigid test, specifically because it's trying to see how fast the page loads. So, load time, good. Visitor loss, only 10%. But look at the big red bar. Your site does not pass usability guidelines. So in this case, I'm going to want to take a look at and actually get my free report. I just have to put my email in, and they'll email me my free report. And I pretty much know this site is designed for the desktop, not for the mobile. So the reason I was kind of shocked when I looked at the mobile traffic in the last one that I had piped over from AdWords is I basically blew that $1,600 because mobile people don't want to see that ugly looking website. They want something that looks more like the examples I gave you. And I either have to transform my site or change how I'm spending my money with AdWords. And that's why I'm sharing this stuff with you guys, is if you're spending money driving clicks to your website, you want to make sure where they end up is doing the job for you. So if you haven't got a mobile optimized site today, stop sending mobile clicks there. You're going to have a high bounce rate, and you're just going to be blowing that money. If you do have a mobile optimized website and it works real well, then maybe you want to increase the amount of money that you're spending and grab as many of those mobile clicks as possible if they're actually converting. So then that's your next step, is you want to make sure that your mobile site's actually converting. That's where the click-to-call conversion is important to check. Anyways, those are a couple of tips. In the next segment, I'm going to talk to you about some very advanced topics. This isn't going to be for everybody. This is like I am going to geek out and go through the advanced topics, which talks to you about how to really drive down page load speed and some tools that you can use to increase your page load speed if it's really important that you have a high performing mobile website. So that's what's going to be in segment number 4. Thanks for watching. If you haven't seen 1 and 2, go back and take a look at them. Take care. Bye-bye.